I tried expert level terraforming in Animal Crossing. After trying the hardest island theme, Elegant Core, in my previous video, I was left feeling unsatisfied. I needed to take my terraforming skills to the next level in order to have a true Elegant Core island. After playing this game for 4 years, I have yet to terraform something quite like this. So, will this build be worthy of a 5-star rating from you, or will it flop and just be a 1-star? You'll have to let me know in the comments after you watch this video. I won't just be attempting expert level cliffscaping and waterscaping, I'll also be adding in the museum for an extra challenge. Little did I know that the museum might ruin this entire build. If you like this type of video, be sure to subscribe and leave a like, I would appreciate it very much. Because I'll be terraforming a lot, this build took just over 2 hours and so much effort. I wanted a grand scene with tons of waterfalls, cliffs, and elegance. I started by laying out the foundation for the build, creating 2 large cliffs with a lower space in the middle. I was super inspired by those beautiful sunken waterfall builds that I've seen tons of creators do in the past. It just always looks so epic when you're walking through a narrow path and waterfalls are surrounding you. Once I had the foundation ready, I quickly cleaned up this river edge to create a cool diagonal pattern with some shrubs and flowers. This is a blue Elegant Core island, so I'll be using tons of blue, especially the blue hydrangea shrubs and blue hyacinth flowers. Plus, if you'd like to see the entrance that I built for this island, you should check out my other video after this one. Are you feeling hungry? With today's sponsor, you can get ready to eat meals in just 2 minutes. Factor takes the stress out of meal planning with delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and hours of cooking. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your front door. With over 35 meals to choose from each week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, and more, Factor is just the easiest option. Factor is also celebrating Earth Day all month long, so look out for the Earth Month Eats badge on the menu for Factor's lowest carbon footprint meals. If you're anything like Bob, then you like a quick meal, so check out Factor. And a big thank you to Factor for sponsoring today's video. You can use my link to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders. The link is down below in the description. Expert level terraforming usually involves heavy waterscaping, tons of waterfalls, and unique design. In order to reach expert level myself, I started adding several waterfalls to our cliffs. Since this is Elegant Core, I made sure to practice my symmetry. So whatever I did to one side, I repeated the exact same on the other. I did make one small mistake though. If you see it, no you don't. But really, if you notice, you should leave a comment. Taking the arch tile path, I created a walkway leading through the cliffs into where I plan to have a grand staircase. I downloaded this custom pathway border design that looks amazing when paired with this arch tile path. I love the blue rose details and I really feel like it makes the path look so elegant. If you want to download this design yourself, I will put it up on the screen, and I have a Pinterest board where I saved all of the design codes that I'm using on this island, and you can find that in this video's description. One of my favorite design codes that I found was this diamond-shaped dirt patch, and I thought it would be perfect to level up the elegance of this build. At first, I sort of just spammed it on the sides of the pathway, but it looked way too overwhelming, so instead, I decided to alternate the design with some white roses, which in my opinion looked way better. I made the walkway even more grand and sophisticated with these lampposts. To do this, I just placed shell lamps on top of the Turkey Day garden stands. I saw several people do this on Pinterest, and it looked too good not to try it myself. I spruced up the rest of the walkway sides with shrubs, more flowers, iron and stone fencing, and to top it off with more elegance, I added 2 of the robust statue items towards the front of the path. After I time traveled, the stone incline was constructed and this build was shaping up into something I was really liking. These baby trees were also really cute, so I decided to plant a piece of fruit behind them and keep them forever as baby trees. That wasn't the initial plan, but they were too cute not to. At the front of the build over here, I wanted to have a nice entryway into this walkway that we've been working on. Using this cute custom tile design, I did just that. I thought this was also the perfect spot for the wedding arch, so I added one of those and I finished it up up with some iron and stone fencing. Whatever I decide to build next to this, I hope that this area will be a nice transition into this epic walkway that we're building today. Now that the first level of the build was looking great, it was time to start working on the second layer, starting with some more cliffs. I made 2 pretty large cliffs on either side of the build and had them slightly wrap around towards the incline. I even connected some of the waterfalls and thought this added so much more depth to the walkway. Using shrubs and flowers, I spruced up any empty spots, and then it was time to demolish this natural heart pond that was at the back of my island behind our build. Maybe I should have planned a little bit better so that we could have kept this natural feature on my island, but this is where I'm going to be placing the museum, so it had to go. Taking the arched tile pathway again, I continued the walkway onto the second level of the build. This path was going to lead to our museum. Now, you might remember how I said at the beginning of the video that this museum might ruin the entire build. Well, here's why. It was impossible to center the museum's doorway with the pathway being too wide. I think it would have worked if our pathway was 3 blocks wide instead, but I was not about to go back and adjust the entire build to fix it. Instead, I just used some more of that tile and I made a nice off-centered seating area in front of the museum's entrance. I feel like I would definitely be more happy with this build if everything was centered with the museum, and maybe one day I will go back and fix it, but for now, this will just have to work. After I got that settled, I finished up the build by decorating the second level cliffs that we built before. I used the usual flowers, shrubs, this iron and stone fencing, trees, and of course statues to make this build even more grand. Now take a look at how this build looks on my island map. I feel like it looks so impressive. I usually don't pay much attention to how my builds look on the island map, so I was surprised and in awe of this. Now prepare your eyes for the final walkthrough of today's build. So what do you think? Did I achieve expert level terraforming with this museum and walkway, or do you think I could do even better? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you enjoy this type of video, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. It'll help me out a ton. Thank you so much to our channel members, and thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this build and maybe it inspired you. Head to the description to join the Tigers Hub community Discord server where you can share your own island and builds with us. We would love to see. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!